Let's come to order. I want to welcome everybody to the Monday, March 14, 2016 Commission Work Session. Commissioners had an opportunity to review the minutes in the package. Is there any additions, deletions, or corrections? Hearing none, a review of memorandum of warrants for a period of February 19, 2016 through March 9, 2016. Ms. McDuffie.
Chairman, the memorandum of warrants for the period stated equaled $1,074,220.
Thank you. Any questions about the memorandum of warrants? Under new business, the first item, Sheriff Franklin, 911 technology. Sheriff Franklin called and asked for this to be removed till next meeting, so remove that, please. Next, Todd Mims, Drug Task Force lease for their office space. Todd, do you have anything on that? Or you just renewing the same lease for the same amount, right? Okay. Is it just a year lease? Is that correct? Okay. Any questions about that? Thank you, Todd. Next, Crosby Drinker Governmental Services contract renewal. This is an annual renewal for this contract. Is there any discussion on this? Next, consider amending commission meeting rules, procedures regarding agenda deadlines and public input. Commissioner Falk, do you have anything on this?
Yes, sir. I asked Ms. Erb to go through and to kind of draft something for us that basically would get information out to the public. The agenda would be basically approved by the chairman on Wednesday afternoon, after 12 noon, and then put out to the public around 4 o'clock on Wednesday. And also there's a provision in the change of the way we do business in allowing up to 4 o'clock on Friday before the meeting on Monday for a citizen who wants to comment on what's on the agenda. If there is an item that's not on the agenda, then we ask that citizen or department head let the commission know by 12 noon as we do now, correct? So the two changes would be that we would put the information out to the public 4 o'clock Wednesday as it regards the agenda and backup materials for the agenda, and we would give citizens up to 4 o'clock on Friday. I originally had said and spoken about 5 o'clock, but because our personnel leave before 5 o'clock, it would be good if we could do it to 4 o'clock on Friday. So you have 4 o'clock on Friday before the meeting time on Monday to sign up to be on the agenda to speak to an agenda item if you're a citizen.
Thank you, Commissioner Falk. Any other discussion?
I just do have a quick question, if you don't mind. I would like to ask Mr. Falk, Commissioner Falk. So on these attachments that we would put out there, these would be unofficial attachments because, you know, as you all know, they're not approved until we actually approve them in a meeting. So how then would we get word back to the public that what we've put out if we end up having to change it at some point?
I think we could step them all draft,
okay,
like we do on agendas.
Okay.
It would just be a draft. I think it would be a draft agenda and also draft backup
documents.
Support. And of course, there would be nothing having to do with personnel that we would send out. Any kind of delicate situation, we would not send that out.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Smoke. Any other discussion? Next, discuss budget amendment for unexpected repairs at Health Department. Who has this, Mr. Byer?
Yes, sir. I'll cover it. We had to make repairs to the Health Department. The auxiliary air conditioning unit a little while back that pushed the line item over the $4,000 budgeted. There's more than enough in the 112 account in general, and I think what Ms. McDuffie's trying to do is get that back in line since we're at midterm of the budget. And I believe it's adding, is it $3,500 to get the line item back in check. So there's a bunch of different accounts for the different buildings. Everything will be in check. So just bring that one account back in order.
This was an unexpected large expense at the Health Department.
Yes,
correct?
sir.
Okay. Any other discussion about this? Next, consider Prattville invoice for Crappy Masters Camp. This is a my understanding, this is a requisition from the city of Prattville about, for out of the, special tax money that we hold in reserve over there. There's a writers camp where writers from all over the country, it's my understanding, will come in and do stories about the, Prattville, area, the fishing and the activities in that area. So it's a $1,500 request from Prattville, is that correct?
That is correct, Chairman.
Okay, any discussion? Next, discuss setting public hearing at 5 p.m. on Monday, May 9th, 2016 for proposed vacation of a section of Poplar Drive in Kalijah Bay Estates as requested through proper petition by Sharon Johnson and Larry Bain. Mr. Byer.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, this is a stretch of Poplar Drive, which actually the Bains came to us several years ago, and actually an adjacent road on the opposite side of their property, they had a portion vacated. They have acquired the property on both sides of this road, and they're asking for, it's about a, I believe it's about a 250-foot stretch that they're asking to be vacated. They are getting the description amended, so they are the only abutting landowners. We just were talking to the council just a few minutes ago about that, and they will have to start advertising that within about a week to meet the May 9th public hearing time frame. This is in District 2, so Commissioner Taylor will end up needing to make the motion at that time if it is to be vacated.
Thank you. Any questions about this vacation? Next, consider budget amendments to account to reimbursement from FHWA, FEMA, and the state of Alabama for repairs to recover from Christmas 2015 flood event. Mr. Byer.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, as we're writing up the damage assessments with FEMA and FHWA, we're finally to a point where we're comfortable with numbers that are being produced for the repairs to those damage sites. I have provided you in your packet a detail of how the funds are to be dispersed. We basically, on the FEMA accounts, FEMA reimburses us 75%. The state of Alabama through Alabama EMA is 12.5%. And then on the federal highway system, the ER side, it's 100% for our emergency repair work. So all total, it's just a little less than $600,000 that will come back in reimbursement. Why is it important now before we get the reimbursement checks in is as we start getting those in, we need to have we have the documentation ready as they start coming in to be able to replenish funds in our gasoline account, material budget, the labor and overtime, and not only the materials, but also in some of our expenditures on equipment and all that we've had to expend because of the extra work. So you've got all that labeled and detailed out for reimbursement, and I'll talk about some other in my report based on that, showing you some of the work and all. But that at this point in time, that's the best numbers we have from FEMA. I think we've signed, I want to say 75 or 80% of the PWs that FEMA is producing for us now.
All right, thank you, Mr. Byer. Any questions about this? Next, discuss energy service agreement with Schneider Electric. Mr. Byer, do you have anything?
Mr. Chairman, first and foremost, I'd like to introduce Todd Smith with Schneider Electric. He's been our point man on the project since we started back in the, actually last spring when we started checking into this in general. You have in your, and there's a blue folder in front of you that's got a fairly thick document. That is an example of the contract that we are working through. We are probably about 95% complete with that contract. It will be ready in the next few days. Richard Allen with Capel and Howard have been working through that with us. It formalizes the little over $4 million of improvements with the energy savings, all to be guaranteed by Schneider Electric. And this is the first step of signing this contract, and in the next few days we'll have all the information ready for you for the, there's $2 million that will come out of the bond proceeds, and there'll be another little over $2 million that will come out of capital leases to pay for the equipment for these improvements. But all of them are being guaranteed by the energy savings. So as we talked about in nausea about the project in general, everything that's being done is coming out of existing funds that y'all are already expending. You're expending them on energy right now. So the improvements will be paid, and the county will take those cost savings and pay for these improvements.
All right, any questions about the energy service agreement? I do want to say that this is a culmination of a long process that we have undertaken to be able to, instead of writing a check to Alabama Power, to take those monies and leverage it into improvements into our facilities and infrastructure. It's going to definitely enhance the work environment in the courthouse and in other buildings in the county, and I'm very happy that we've been able to get this accomplished. Next on the consent docket, authorize chairman to execute a MOU with River Region municipalities and counties and Maxwell Air Force Base related to zoning and land use change notification per ALA Code 11-1061 and 11-1065 Military Land Use Planning Act. Approve hire of Julie Lawrence, GIS Tech, effective 3/21/16. Approve travel memo. Notification of Industrial Development Board of City of Wetumpka resolution granting abatement of certain taxes for High Tree Logging LLC. Is there any items on the consent docket any commissioner wishes to pull out for separate consideration? Hearing none. Reports to the commission. Ms. McDuffie, do you have a report tonight?
No, sir, but I'll be glad to answer any questions that you may have.
Any questions for the administrator? Mr. Byer, do you have anything?
Yes, sir, I do. I'll try to be brief. First item, elevator bids for the judicial complex, part of our Blueprint 2020 plan, are set to be received and opened April 6th. So one of our first meeting in April, we'll be considering awarding those bids for that public works contract. In your blue folder that you've got, and I apologize, you got two separate folders, but I had a lot of handouts today. There is a list that looks like this that has green and white on it. The green sites are sites that we have completed on our storm flooding disaster. The top are FHWA, the bottom are FEMA. So you'll see that we still have a number of sites to complete. In fact, we're working on our largest one right now at Holly Mill, trying to get that done. We got our first 12-foot diameter pipes set this morning on that site. We will begin, well, our plan was to begin working overtime on Fridays and Saturdays this week. If the weather doesn't cooperate, we'll push that back a week. But that's another reason why the budget amendment is so important, is to get our resources back in line on our labor and material charges. So we'll do that until we get our system back into order and we can try to return to some sense of normalcy on our maintenance operations. So we've had to push a bunch of maintenance back to be able to do the flood repair. The next handout you got looks like this, with several color coding and a map folded up with it. That is sites that we would like you to review over the next couple weeks until the next commission meeting, that we have identified as projects that we need to pursue with money out of the road and bridge and some remnants out of the bond program. And we talked about there was going to be a little bit of money at budget time that was left that didn't go to the crush base or didn't go to the didn't get expended in the first $3 million local road program. So we have a number of sites. Most of these sites are going to be through routes that are graded by the state and are in lower grading condition. So sites that we need to address before we start getting in jeopardy of losing our ability to acquire the federal aid dollars that they give us annually. There are also some sites on there. We've had a number of municipalities ask us to include work, resurfacing, microsurfacing of their own. Wetumpka, Tallahassee, the project on there for Tallahassee with the A-trip swap is included. So you'll see a number of those. Those won't be heavy lifts for the county in terms of doing a lot of work, except for the Board of Education, which we had already committed to before the flooding happened. So that kind of gives you an idea of it's about $750,000. About half of that, about $450,000 is actually county projects. The rest is cities, which will get reimbursed for all that. So it's in line with what was budgeted and what you approved back in the September time frame. I also gave you a list of all the additional work if we don't have enough with the flood and what I just gave you, other work projects, so you'll see where we stand on reclaiming and sealing other roads. You'll see chip seal projects that we have left, the grade drain and base, crush base work that we've got left, and then we've got a couple of turn lane projects and slope stabilization projects. The slope stabilization projects are actually, two of those three involve NRCS and what they call the Emergency Watershed Protection Program. We have signed DSRs on those emergency watershed grants looking for approval. Those are actually disaster sites as well. Those would total another roughly $250,000 for 2 sites in the county that would be stabilized and prevent our roads from being knocked out, Dozier Road and a stretch of Willow Springs. If y'all remember, during the flooding, we had the bridge on Willow Springs that was nearly completely blocked off because of some erosion to the east abutment. 2 other things, and then I'll let you go in terms of my report. One, you've got a copy of the Blueprint 2020 update schedule, so y'all can take a look at that. And we are progressing as planned. We mentioned Snyder's project on the energy. There's the annex project on there. There's the highway department project. There's road projects. Just kind of giving you an idea of an update. And then one last thing that I wanted to mention to you, in the new highway bill, the FAST Act, there is 2 grant opportunities. One is Tiger, it's Round A to Tiger, and the other is Fast Lane, which is a freight program, a brand new freight emphasis from USDOT. There's an opportunity because of our plan with the MPO that we have that is similar to our county infrastructure plan, the River Region map, which is, again, based on a similar concept of what we had in our county infrastructure plan. We have 2 major projects on that map that are very good candidates for Tiger Grant, and we are going to be pursuing that with the members of the MPO. We actually are going to discuss it in more depth Thursday at the MPO meeting, but there's an opportunity to help the state and DOT secure some funds to finish those important projects. What it would do for us, we would probably help by being a sponsor because of all the politics for DOT trying to be a sponsor. They can only sponsor 3 Tiger grants, so they are trying their best not to sponsor any and let local agencies partner with them. They can partner with as many as they want, but it sounds like we're one of the few that they're wanting to partner with them. But this could get them funding to accelerate these projects. So the 1482 corridor between Elmore and Autauga County is one of them, and then the outer loop is the other one. So we have a potential for 100% funding in the project areas that fall in the rural area and 80-20 in the urban. And urban means urbanized area, which is the definition of how the MPOs get their money. So even though we have a large study area, for everybody's familiar with the MPO, many of those projects out in the study area are still considered rural. So we'll be working on that, and as long as we don't get any negative feedback at the MPO meeting about those, I'd ask that y'all consider allowing us to spend some time getting that grant up, because that could be a huge boom for the county and the DOT if we could secure funding that would probably take projects that are pushed 7-8 years out and deliver them in a 2-year period. So, Mr. Chairman, I'm sorry I've been so long-winded. That's my report. Do you have any questions of me?
Any questions for the engineer? Mr. Jones, do you have a report tonight?
Yes, Chairman, Commissioners. First of all, I'd just like to say that we have been working with all of the jurisdictions in the county that have to adopt formally the hazard mitigation plan, and we've gotten several of those taken care of. A couple of the municipalities and a couple of the water authorities have already taken care of the formal adoption of that mitigation plan. And tomorrow we're actually hosting our Division D EMA Directors meeting here at the office in Wetumpka here at our new facility. We're really excited about that. And then I'd just like to report we have hosted quite a number of training classes and meetings over the last couple of weeks. The first one we did was a procurement disaster assistance training course on March 2nd. And then last week we hosted a week-long communications technician training class where we had folks from all over the state that came in. And that's actually a course that's hosted by Alabama Emergency Management Agency. So we worked with them on providing that course to the state. Then we're working with Haynes Ambulance to offer recurring CPR and AED training. The first course will be this week. We've already got it pretty much full, but we're offering another one in May, and then we're going to keep doing that every other month for our county employees and first responder agencies. Also, we're working right now on a basic hazardous materials awareness course for all of our first responders that we're going to be teaching, along with a basic citizen preparedness training course that we're going to offer to the citizens, that we're going to develop from a FEMA course. It's Are You Ready course, but this one's going to be tailored specifically to the hazards and vulnerabilities of our county and what our citizens would see here. And then the last thing I'd report is that we've been working on beefing our Safer Places program up, with us going into and being into the height of the severe weather season of the spring. We've had a couple of additional facilities come on board with us on that program to give people a place of last resort to go to for a safer place to stay than where they may live. But those are the items I wanted to report tonight. Do y'all have any questions of me at this time?
Any questions for Mr. Johnson? Mr. Weller, do you have anything tonight?
No, Mr. Chairman, but I'd be glad to answer any questions you have or any questions.
Any questions for the county attorney? Important calendar dates, Ms. Erb.
Just one date. Our next meeting is Monday, March 28th at 5 o'clock with the business meeting following.
Thank you. Before we get into reports from the commissioners, I want to report Commissioner Taylor's not here tonight. His mother is critically ill, and he is with her at this time. So just please remember his mother in your prayers. Commissioner Falk, do you have anything tonight?
My prayers indeed are for Miss Judy Taylor and Trey Taylor's family. That was all the report I have, sir.
Thank you, Ms. Smoke. Do you have anything tonight?
Yes, just briefly. If you all will recall, we did a resolution. It's a Stepping Up initiative to help reduce overcrowdedness, or basically for people with mental illnesses in the jails. I kind of championed that, and of course with in collaboration with our Sheriff Franklin. Well, on this past week, we did our last press conference where we were all informed that both Sheriff Franklin and myself, as well as a couple of people from the Montgomery County Commission Department, the Director of the State Probation, a couple of people from Autauga County, local commissioners from Lowndes County, we were all selected to go to Washington next month to be a part of this Stepping Up initiative to see if perhaps we can secure and help develop some advanced plans to eliminate the mental illness of those individuals suffering with mental illness who are in our local jails. So we're hoping to come back with some really good news that we will receive some grant funding to help alleviate that. Of course, you all know that our jails are not a treatment facility, and we all, due to the heightened number of people who are suffering from mental illness, our local jails are having to deal with a lot of issues that they were not initially founded to deal with. So this will be a great opportunity for our county and the River Region as a whole. Initially, there were only to be 5 people selected, but what happened was, because we were able to come together as a River Region with Montgomery, Elmore County, Autauga, and Lowndes County, we got extended the offer to take 10 people. So I just want to say thank you all for being proactive and standing along with me as commissioners to do that initiative, because it has now put us in a position where we may actually be able to receive some funding to help Sheriff Franklin to see what he can do by way of advanced planning to help eliminate the number of people who are having to be in our local jails who suffer from mental illness. So I just want to say thank you all for that. We are looking forward to attending that session up there in Washington. It's a real quick session. We'll go out on a Sunday and be back here on Tuesday, and then shortly thereafter we'll know whether or not Elmore County and the others in the River Region will be recipients of any grant money that can help our sheriff to help alleviate that problem. So just want to say thanks again, government at its best. Whenever you can collaborate with other individuals and work together, then it makes our chances of getting those type of monies that won't cost the county and our taxpayers anything much greater. So we're really excited about that. Sheriff and myself will both be attending, and so hopefully we can bring some even brighter news back when we return.
Thank you, Commissioner Smoke. That is good news. Commissioner Rachel, do you have anything tonight?
Other than just, Miss Judy Taylor, she's not doing really good. Trey's mother, and she's a sweet lady. And I would ask everybody to keep their family in your thoughts and prayers. Thank you.
Thank you, and I do echo those sentiments about Miss Judy Taylor. This is the end of our work session. I'll adjourn the work session and get our agenda ready for our business meeting. Let's come to order. I'd like to ask Mr. Jones if he give our invocation and Commissioner Falk lead us in our Pledge of Allegiance.
Let us pray. Dear God, we come to you tonight. We thank you for the opportunity to be able to serve in a county where, dear God, we're able to have government that is held in such a peaceful fashion, dear God. So many people across the world are not able to enjoy this peaceful environment. But dear God, as we had many mentioned tonight, dear God, we lift the Taylor family up to you, and specifically Miss Judy Taylor, dear God. We lift her sweet spirit up to you, dear Lord, and just pray for comfort and courage and strength, dear God. And I just pray that your angels will rally around the Taylor family and comfort them right now in this difficult time for their family, dear God. Dear Lord, I also pray for our men and women who are serving our country overseas in very difficult circumstances, dear God, in many, many arenas, dear Lord. And I just lift them up to you. I pray for a protective hedge to be built around them as they're serving in such difficult circumstances. And dear Lord, I just pray for their families also while they're away. I pray that you would comfort them and just take the anxiety away from them while their loved ones are away. Dear God, again, just thank you for loving us, and thank you for being who you are to us each and every day. In Christ's name we pray. Amen.
Let's stand for the pledge. Call roll, please.
Commissioner Taylor? Commissioner Falk?
Here.
Chairman Bowen?
Here.
Commissioner Rachel?
Yes.
Commissioner Daniel Smoke?
Present.
Motion to approve the minutes from the February 22nd, 2000 Commission meeting as presented in the work session.
Motion.
Second.
Call roll.
Commissioner Falk?
Yes.
Chairman Bowen?
Yes.
Commissioner Rachel?
Yes.
Commissioner Daniel Smoke?
Yes.
Motion to approve memorandum warrants for a period of February 19, 2016 through March 9, 2016.
Motion.
Second.
Call roll.
Commissioner Falk?
Yes.
Chairman Bowen?
Yes.
Commissioner Rachel?
Yes.
Commissioner Daniel Smoke?
Yes.
Under new business, a motion to approve or deny lease for Drug Task Force office space and authorize chairman to execute.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Call roll.
Commissioner Falk?
Yes.
Chairman Bowen?
Yes.
Commissioner Rachel?
Yes.
Commissioner Daniel Smoke?
Yes.
Next, a motion to approve or deny Crosby Drinker Governmental Service Contract renewal and authorize chairman to execute.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? Call roll.
Commissioner Falk?
Yes.
Chairman Bowen?
Yes.
Commissioner Rachel?
Yes.
Commissioner Daniel Smoke?
Yes.
Next, motion to approve and deny amending commission meeting rule procedures regarding agenda deadlines. Public input. Such change shall not take effect until the next regular meeting of the commission following adoption of such change.
Motion to approve.
Have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Call roll.
Commissioner Falk?
Yes.
Chairman Bowen?
No.
Commissioner Rachel?
Yes.
Commissioner Daniel Smoke?
No.
Next, motion to approve and deny amendment to Health Department budget, item 50231-5100 by $3,500 due to unexpected repairs.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? Call roll.
Commissioner Falk?
Yes.
Chairman Bowen?
Yes.
Commissioner Rachel?
Yes.
Commissioner Daniel Smoke?
Yes.
Motion to approve and deny City of Prattville invoice for Crappy Masters Camp.
Motion to approve.
I second it.
Is that a second? Yes. That's a second. Any discussion? Call the roll.
Commissioner Falk?
Yes.
Chairman Bowen?
Yes.
Commissioner Rachel?
Yes.
Commissioner Daniel Smith?
Yes.
Motion to approve and now authorize public hearing at 5 p.m. on Monday, May 9, 2016 for proposed vacation of a section of Poplar Drive in Kalijah Bay Estates as requested through proper petition by Sharon Johnson and Larry Bain. This is just for the public hearing.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Call the roll.
Commissioner Falk?
Yes.
Chairman Bowen?
Yes.
Commissioner Rachel?
Yes.
Commissioner Daniel Smith?
Yes.
Motion to approve and deny budget amendments attached to account for reimbursements from FHWA, FEMA, and State of Alabama for repairs to recover from Christmas 2015 flood event.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Call the roll.
Commissioner Falk?
Yes.
Chairman Bowen?
Yes.
Commissioner Rachel?
Yes.
Commissioner Daniel Smith?
Yes.
Motion to approve and deny energy service agreement with Snyder Electric and authorize chairman to execute upon recommendation from county engineer and county attorney.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? Call the roll.
Commissioner Falk?
Yes.
Chairman Bowen?
Yes.
Commissioner Rachel?
Yes.
Commissioner Daniel Smith?
Yes.
Move to approve the consent docket.
Second.
Call the roll.
Commissioner Falk?
Yes.
Chairman Bowen?
Yes.
Commissioner Rachel?
Yes.
Commissioner Daniel Smith?
Yes.
Ms. McDuffie, do you have any further?
No, sir, I do not.
Mr. Byer, you have any further? Mr. Jones? Mr. Weller?
No, sir, I don't.
Move adjourn.
Second.
Call the roll.
Commissioner Falk?
Yes.
Chairman Bowen?
Yes.
Commissioner Rachel?
Yes.
Commissioner Daniel Smith?
Yes.
We're adjourned.